Hello, everyone. Welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. CTV News reports that a significant cybersecurity incident has affected the University of Toronto and numerous other educational institutions across North America. The hacking group, identified as Shiny Hunters, has publicly claimed responsibility for this widespread attack. The incident highlights the growing vulnerability of academic institutions to cyber threats. Authorities and university officials are currently working to assess the full scope and impact of the breach, including any potential compromise of sensitive data. Students, faculty, and staff at the affected schools are being advised to remain vigilant and follow official guidance as the investigation unfolds. This event underscores the critical need for enhanced digital security measures within the education sector. According to City News Everywhere, Air Canada is prematurely canceling 4 seasonal U.S. routes for the summer of 2026, citing a significant increase in jet fuel prices. These affected routes include flights from Toronto to Sacramento, Vancouver to Raleigh, Toronto to Charleston, and Montreal to Austin, which were originally slated to run through the end of summer but will now conclude weeks earlier. The airline has stated that all customers booked on these impacted flights will be directly contacted and offered alternative travel arrangements or full refunds based on their eligibility. This decision mirrors similar actions taken by other major Canadian carriers, such as WestJet and Air Transat, which have also reduced flight capacity or adjusted schedules in response to the volatile and rising cost of jet fuel since early spring. Global financial markets experienced a downturn on Friday, with world shares retreating and oil prices dipping as escalating tensions imperiled the fragile ceasefire with Iran. Missile and drone attacks, which prompted U.S. retaliatory strikes on Iranian military facilities, caused widespread investor nervousness. While U.S. futures showed some resilience with slight gains, European markets like Britain's FTSE 100, Germany's DAX, and France's CAC 40 all recorded declines. Asian markets presented a mixed picture. Tokyo's Nikkei 225 fell, but South Korea's Kospi reached a record high, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng dropped. Oil prices, after an earlier rise, settled lower, with Brent crude dipping to 99.84 time per barrel. The U.S. Central Command reported intercepting unprovoked Iranian attacks in the Strait of Hormuz, and the UAE also engaged a missile and drone assault. The Canadian press reports that the prolonged closure of the Strait of Hormuz and a U.S. sea blockade on Iranian ports are expected to keep oil and fuel prices elevated. According to CTV News, the Ontario Liberal Party is set to select its candidate for the upcoming Scarborough Southwest by-election this Saturday. The nomination race has been contentious, with candidates exchanging jabs and questioning each other's local bona fides. Liberal MP Nate Erskine-Smith, who represents the neighboring Beaches East York riding, is facing the most scrutiny. He has openly stated his intention to run for the Ontario Liberal Party leadership, a position currently vacant after Bonnie Crombie's resignation, and sees the by-election as a pathway to secure a seat for that bid. Other hopefuls, such as lawyer Kadira Jackson and business owner Ahsanul Hafiz, accuse Erskine-Smith of using Scarborough Southwest merely as a tool for his leadership aspirations, emphasizing the importance of a local candidate. Erskine-Smith, however, dismisses these criticisms as petty attack politics, citing shared community interests. The eventual by-election must be called by August, with the NDP having already nominated Fatima Shaban, while the Progressive Conservatives have yet to name their candidate. CTV News reports that Toronto police have issued a public warning about the release of Dave Anthony Avis, identified as a high-risk offender. Avis has been released after completing a jail sentence for multiple convictions, which notably include sexual assault. This police advisory is intended to inform the public of his presence following his release. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.